Hey guys, I'm AfroGeek PlusUltraNappy and welcome back to a brand new Tales from a Geek video. So this is the new segment that I've introduced probably sometime last year, and these are some story time videos that I think will be really funny to share with you guys on the channel. This is something that I might be experimenting with in 2021. Since it's a new year, I want to bring some new content to you guys, and I figured you guys maybe might like this. I'm just going to experiment with it. There might be times where you'll see me actually on the camera talking, or I might just show like some clips of anime fights while my voice dubs over the fights of me telling the story, so I'm not too sure. These kind of videos will be scattered around the years. Without further ado, let's jump into this story. So this one is titled The Webcam Was On, and I'll explain more about that as the story goes on. So this story time takes place in, I want to say 2011. I was 14 and I was over at my auntie's house. My auntie and my uncle like to go out of town a lot, and so my mom and I would always go over to their house, if not every day, every other day, and we were definitely over there a lot during the weekends. So this was one weekend we were staying over there, and we were just hanging out. We were just watching the house. We were gonna clean it, just kind of hang out there, just kind of get away from our own house a little bit. During this time, for some reason, I don't know why, and this is kind of embarrassing to say, I dabbled a little bit in fan fiction.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
Now, what I mean by that is I wrote my own Pokemon fan fiction. That's going to be a different story time because parts of that got out and leaked around the school. So I'll save that for another story time. But long story short, I was really like in the middle of working on this fan fiction, and I would spend at least like 2 to 3 hours writing it, trying to make it as cool as I could. Every person around the age gets a little curious, if you know what I mean. I was searching the web and I went on certain sites that aren't the most appropriate to say on YouTube. We're just gonna say I went on a couple corn sites. I was on one in particular, and I was just browsing, kind of scrolling around, but I was like, you know what, this feels kind of awkward. I'm in my auntie's office. I'm just gonna log off and just be done. I clicked off the site and I didn't look at the screen after I clicked off. I was just kind of straightening up, just jotting down some ideas of stuff that I wanted to put in my fan fiction novel. I look up at the screen and I'm like, oh man, I forgot to turn off this site. It was some woman who was stripping, and I was kind of like, okay, it's one of these little ads. As I'm about to click off, I just hear a voice go, hello. And she's like, how are you doing, sweetheart? And I was just kind of like, oh, it's probably one of these like autoplay videos. Okay, I get it. She's just like, hey, I'm talking to you there. And I was just kind of like, this is a weird autoplay video. Okay, it's kind of weird, but whatever. I'm like, oh, it's kind of funny. And I was just kind of like waving my hand around, and she was like, hi, hello. I was like just kind of doing goofy stuff, like I was making faces, and the girl was still like, doing her thing, and she was like giggling and shit. And then out of nowhere, I started like putting the middle finger up, and I was just kind of flicking off like this computer screen, just going back and forth, flicking it off. And then she was just like, hey, that's not very nice. And I was just like, and I was like, what are the odds of like this autoplay, like pre-recorded video saying something like that? That's so funny. And so I goofily was like, I didn't know you could see me, haha. And she just said, yeah, I can see you. That's not very nice to flick somebody off, young man. It's a little peculiar that she's kind of talking like this in this pre-recorded video. It's a little weird. Okay. As a joke, I said, hey, for your information, I'm not that young. And she was like, well, you look very handsome. She was like, are you having a good time tonight? I don't know why. I was just kind of just talking to the person, and I was just like, yeah, I'm having a good night. And I'm like, this is such a dumb pre-recorded video. And then she was like, sweetie, what are you talking about? And I was just like, wait a minute. Have you ever had one of those moments to where you're just kind of like, the record scratch noise goes off, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? I just looked at the monitor and I was like, wait a minute. So this isn't this is live? This isn't fake? She was like, no, sweetie, this is for real. And I looked at the webcam and the light was on, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my god. I heard my mom like down the hallway, and she was like, hey, who are you talking to? And I was like, nothing. She was like, I'm gonna come in there and talk to you, see what you're doing. I don't think she heard what was going on, but my mom is one of those people that like to like strike up conversations a lot. And so I was trying to click off, and I just said, gotta go. And I was trying to click off the website, and for some reason the computer decided to freeze. And I'm like, like, oh, fuck, no, this could not be happening. I'm going to be in so much fucking trouble. I'm probably gonna get grounded. But you know, black people really don't get grounded. They just get their ass beat. But I'm fucked. That's literally what my mindset was, is that I am fucked. Repeatedly like clicking the button on the mouse to close the tab. And as my mom's getting closer and closer, I'm freaking out more and more and more. And by the time she reaches in the office and approaches towards me, it went away. It unfroze, it clicked off, and the webcam turned off, and I was just like, whew. And my mom was like, what's wrong with you? And I was just like, nothing. I was really struggling trying to remember some Pokemon that I was thinking of in this handbook. And for some reason, I was like drawing a blank for the longest time. I was getting a headache from it. And then I just finally remembered it. And my mom was like, oh, okay. And she was like, all right, well, I just wanted to see what you were doing. I'm probably going to go to bed. And I was like, okay, good night. And she says good night, walks out the office, and starts heading over to one of the rooms. I right off the bat went, cleaned the history off, cleared the cookies, cleared all that. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm done with the computer tonight. I'm just gonna go play some Pokemon on my DS. I'm gonna go downstairs and just hang out downstairs. First and only time in my life that has happened, because first off, I don't like that kind of shit, nor would I do that kind of shit. And I was just like, yeah, I am never, ever doing that again. And I took a break from those kind of websites for about a good 6 months, maybe longer. But anyway, guys, that was it for this story from a Tales from a Geek. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you have similar stories, share them down in the description below. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. And if you want to check out more content from me, you can hit up my main channel in the link in the description below, which is my Pokemon 1086 channel. If you want to connect more with me, hit up my links to my social media down in the description below. I'm talking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Patreon. And I will catch you guys with another Tales from a Geek video, or I'll just catch you guys in the next video. I am AfroGeek +UltraNappy, and your boy is just